This is a good example of a trade in the ES where you can use order flow to kind of time your entries. And I just want to show you the difference here between this early entry and a later entry when you've got a little bit more support. So, basically what you have here from a pattern is really kind of a second, maybe third entry long. That's barely a first entry long. I don't know. You can almost call that a second entry long. But really, you've got almost two legs here, leg one and leg two, and you can call this a second entry long, and you're looking for a retest of the high, right? And your entry is really at 93. And if you look here, you've got some stacking going on here, but you have really some weakness here in the order book. And let me just play this, because what that weakness translates into is tentativeness on the part of the traders. Now, you do see some stacking going on here. They're trying to lift it up, but then immediately they pull, right? So there's a lot of tentative trading going on right here. And you see the bears trying to push this down. The bears want this to fail, and they want to drive it down, probably down here to 1790. And the bulls want this to succeed and try to push this up to 95 and a half. Okay, and what we're going to see here, I'm going to just go ahead and fast forward, but we see it kind of pop up, break that 93. It gets a lot of bulls that want to come in, and now we have this. We have this kind of moving back and forth, and it looks like it's going to fail. There's indecision. It ends with a doji. You have some pulling going on here on the bid side, and now finally you've got some stacking. And notice the size of the stacking. It's a lot bigger than the stacking that was occurring before. Before it was 200 or 300 contracts, and then they'd immediately pull it. This is stacking and holding, right? So this is a much better time to get in to this 93 area than the prior time. Okay, and you can see you've got even bigger pulling. So now you've got size starting to come in here on the order book side. You haven't seen the size come in here on the reconstructed tape, but you certainly see the size here on the order book. So let's say you're in at 93. You're feeling probably pretty good, because look at this. You got 2,000 contracts here, 1,100 hit in here, and it just keeps absorbing these contracts right here. And you've got some pulling going on over here on the offer side. And of course, now we jump up. We have, look at that big guy that comes in here. We're moving up here. We're up a couple ticks, and this ends up being a good successful trade. But it's a really good illustration of sometimes you do get in early on the ES, and the order book can be a clue in the price action to help you kind of time your entries a little bit better and come in when the size is about to come in. And from my point of view, if you come in when the size comes in, whether you're on the wrong side or right side, that's at least you've increased your chances of knowing very quickly whether something's going to succeed or not. So good example here of the order book given a precursor.